Today was a clumsy day for me though, and I've knocked over my alcohol bottle straight into the black. Hey, welcome back to my channel. It's Wendy here from Toonpish Crafts and I hope you're doing okay. This week I'm trying out a couple of brand new things from Let'sResin, which is really exciting. Trying out an alphabet mould and some really cool bright colours. They're paste pigments, although I wouldn't call them paste pigments, but I'll show you why in the video. So these are brand new moulds from Let'sResin. It's an entire alphabet of flower design keychain moulds. Now, because they're brand new, they're only available in America at this time, but I'm sure if they're popular, they will be shipped to other destinations as well, such as Canada and the UK. They come with loads, and I haven't counted them, but absolutely loads of keychains and the little, I think they're called split pins that go with them. Now, because I've used a lot of keychains in the past, I know that the split pins are really important. They need to be tough. And these were that tough, I couldn't really bend it with my hands. So they must be stainless steel, I would imagine. Really tough little keyring chains and split rings. The moulds themselves are Let'sResin's top quality silicone and they seem really sturdy and nice. There will be a direct affiliate link to these moulds in the description box below for the USA and a 10% discount code as well. Now Let'sResin also sent me some very new resin paste pigments. Now I would call these liquid pigments, not paste pigments, although they're kind of bordering both, and I'll explain why later on. They come in very vibrant colours. Obviously you get the little leaflet that explains how to use them and what they do, and there is a black in here and a white, together with green, red, yellow, cyan, blue and orange. When I opened the cap, I was expecting one of those annoying tabs that you pull off or cut round, but these little balls have silicone plugs which are easy to take out. In my opinion, that's a better option. You just take out the plug and they have the caps already attached. There is a warning on the back. If you want to pause that and read it, by all means do, but it is designed for resin. I'm going to use Let'sResin's 2-part epoxy resin. These are brand new bottles. I'm not opening them. I do have bigger bottles with pumps, but it's the same resin. And to start with, I'm going to put a little bit of black into the 2-part epoxy resin that I've mixed up to see how well it mixes and how much you need. Now I put a tiny drop in there and it wasn't quite enough, so I did end up putting another drop in this small amount of resin. But I was really surprised how quickly this pigment colour mixed into the resin. It really did mix very fast without any issues at all, and dare I say it, much better than Let'sResin's black pigment paste that you can buy separately. This mixed so much nicer, so much easier, very smooth, very easy to do. Now this is why I was saying it is more like a liquid pigment than it is a paste pigment, because that to me is not paste, that is liquidy. Although it's not a clear translucent bottle liquid, it's an opaque liquid. It's definitely, in my eyes, a liquid, but opaque. Now my plan is to make both parts of these moulds, both halves. I'm going to try out these colours obviously, but I am going to try out the mould as well. And to do that I need to make the whole thing, right? Now because of that, this video could have been an hour long, but I've cut a lot out. I'm showing you the important bits that I consider to be important bits anyway, to show you the way I made them and how I did things and the colours that I used. I started off by pouring the black pigments into the little letter segments using a silicone cup. quickly realised that that was going to take a long time. So I'm pouring the now black resin into a little needle top bottle. I've taken the needle out and I'm just using the lid. But this makes the whole process a ton times faster. And they don't have to be thrown away, these bottles. They're easily cleanable, and I'll show you how in a little while. So I went through the entire 2 moulds and coloured in the letters in black. I know I'm going to be doing one of these flowers in black and you're not going to see it, but instead of trying to make a fraction of white, I decided to do them all in black. Just for ease, because I'm trying these colours out. I'm trying the moulds out as well, obviously, and I just thought that will be quicker for me. The bottle worked wonders and all the letters got filled with black. And because I had a bit of black left over, the blank one had black as well. Now you may have seen me squirting this mould with isopropyl alcohol before pouring the black resin in. This helps to reduce bubbles because I can't see through the black to see if there's any bubbles in there. The isopropyl alcohol helps the resin to run and not get any air trapped. Once I was happy that all the letters were filled up enough, I squirted them with isopropyl alcohol, and now I'm going to show you how to clean the bottles. Today was a clumsy day for me though, and I've knocked over my alcohol bottle straight into the black. It didn't destroy anything. The black was just spare anyway, and I did clean the bottle off. But goodness me, sometimes I just can't hold things in my hands, or I don't look what I'm doing, and my spatial awareness is gone, and just, you know what it's like. So I'm using the isopropyl alcohol in the lid of the bowl, using baby wipes and cotton buds to clean out any bits that I can't actually reach. And when I'm happy that that's almost clean, then I'm going to put isopropyl alcohol in the bottle itself. Quite a bit, a fair amount, and then squeeze that through the lid. Now that clears the lid. So now it's just cleaning out the base of the bottle. And to do that, I use a baby wipe. I tear it up, maybe put a little bit more isopropyl alcohol in, and use a stick to whiz it around. It does the job beautifully. And I just repeat the process once or twice to make sure that that bottle is clean. When I'm happy that it's almost there, then I'll put a little bit more isopropyl alcohol in there, shake it around, squirt it through the lid, and yes, I couldn't hold on to that either. Woo! That bottle went right across the room. Luckily, I wear old clothes while working, and it's just alcohol anyway, but the bottle is spotless, perfect to use again. So the following day, I move on to making the second level of these keyring moulds. With the second level, I decided just to use clear resin, but to jazz it up a little, I'm going to put some glitter in it. This is Let'sResin's holographic silver glitter. It's actually one of my favourite glitters, and I'm just putting a touch in the resin, just a little tiny bit. I do think the second layer in these moulds are more likely to harbour bubbles, so by doing a clear layer with glitter, I can make sure I don't get any bubbles in there. Now I'm trying to show you the box here of the glitter. I couldn't find out where it said glitter, and it was on the back. So once I eventually turned it around, you can see the box that I'm referring to. Now again, I'm going to use the small needle top bottles without the needle in it. And I'm filling the bottle up with the resin and the glitter, and it's going to make my job so much quicker. So I start putting the resin into the flower part. Then I squirt it with isopropyl alcohol together with most of the mould, because if the mould is wet, the resin will travel faster, which means I've got more control and less bubbles. And because it's clear, I can use a micro brush and get all those bubbles out anyway. and I went through and did the entire mould, both parts. So now we're doing the third and final layer. Now this is going to be where all the vibrant colours are. So I'm using the little plastic cups that come with some sets. I don't like these plastic cups because they're throwaway, but if I have them I'm going to use them because otherwise you're throwing away unused items. So I am using 8 little plastic cups, and I'm going to put a little bit of each colour into the plastic cup to show you what the colours look like in resin, because although they're in bottles you don't necessarily get the same colour as you do when it's in resin. So the black you'd already seen before, and then I moved on to the green. And now I was quite surprised with this green. I don't really like green, but it is quite a really nice dark green. It is more grass-like or tree-like than lime. I don't like lime at all. Moving on to the red, and you know, vibrant reds are really hard to find. Paste or liquid pigments are the best to get a bright red, and this is definitely a bright red. Moving on to the orange, and I actually thought the orange would be more translucent, but it is a real thick, opaque colour. Again, with the yellow, I thought it would be really quite translucent. The lighter the colour, usually the more translucent the colour, but this was really beautiful bright yellow and was really opaque as well. I don't actually think I stirred that one very well, to be fair, but they all stir in really easily. They're really lovely, supple, thin, easy to mix pigments. Now this is where it got a little strange. I put the blue in expecting it to be really opaque, and this was the only colour that was more translucent than opaque, but a beautiful purple blue. Absolutely stunning. I do love that colour. Now with the white, you can usually expect white to come out cream, but not this one. This was pure titanium white, and it was so bright I couldn't really focus on it with my black background. The camera didn't really like it. It was too bright. Finally, we got the cyan. Now, cyan is, again, a light colour, and I thought it'd be translucent, but it really was opaque. Absolutely beautiful light blue colour, and I really like that too. So we now got a small amount of each colour, and I'm going to fill in the first 8 keychain sections with just the plain colours. I do want to see what these colours look like on their own. It's quite important to me to know how they come out when they're cured. So the first 8 keychain pieces are going to be just standard colours. As I said, the yellow there does look as if it's not mixed very well. Now I think that's user error more than anything. The orange is so vibrant, very, very bright orange. And the red does not disappoint. Look at that bright red colour. So hard to get a powder in that colour. Liquid pigments, however, are the best way to get a red. The green, as I said, is quite dark, and then of course we've got the black, which we've seen before on all the letters. Now once I did the 8 colours, I had a few colours left, a little bit of each. So I just went round and individually poured in a little bit of each colour until I got to the end of all the colours that I'd mixed. No rhyme or reason for this, just thought I'd see how they mixed, what they looked like, and I was having a bit of fun really. Now I did want to do the whole of the 2 moulds. So when it came to the second mould set that starts at A, yeah, for some reason I didn't start at A. Don't ask me why. I'm dyslexic. I don't usually look at letters, gotta be honest. I try to avoid all reading. Anyway, by the time I got to the second mould, I'd run out of all the colours. So I did mix up some more resin and some more colours of each colour. And I decided to put some clear on each of the alphabet pieces and then just drop in some of the colour on top, because I do like the way that you get the crackle effect because you've got clear underneath it. I do like that effect. So yeah, I did exactly the same, just threw some colours in and had a bit of fun. Following day I can demold, and I'm just going to show you the demolding of the main colour pieces. The cyan is absolutely beautiful, the white is so bright, stunning, and that blue purple absolutely gorgeous. Again, the yellow is stunningly bright, and so is the orange. Because they've got that little bit of glitter on the second layer, it does give them a little bit more interest too, and the design of this mould is really sweet. The red was gorgeous, the green was okay, and the black definitely works. If you're looking for colours that are opaque, I really do suggest that you could get some good combinations from some of these together. These colours combined with each other, mixing and merging the colours, would give you so many different varieties. The mould worked so well. There was hardly any bubbles in these pieces, and I really didn't pay that much attention other than on the clear layer. Really enjoyed playing with these colours and this mould. And yes, we've got a spare one because of the amount that's in the alphabet. We got a spare black one which you could put a picture on. Both these moulds were fine. So I'm just showing you here the 8 colours are true to the colours in the bottle. You can see clearly there they are the same, and that is nice to know. When it comes to putting the keychains on, I recommend a straight pair of pliers and a bent nose pair of pliers. It makes the job a little bit easier. You put the keychain piece on the split ring, I think it's called a split ring, and then you pop the split ring through the resin piece itself. I was a little bit awkward with my fingers here, but it does work. The split rings work perfectly with the size of the holes and the pieces, and there you have a very, very strong chain. Well, I really enjoyed making these pieces. Those colours are definitely going to be used over and over and over. And if you make a lot of keychains, key rings, then that mould is definitely something to consider as well. As I said, everything will be linked in the description box below the video, together with a 10% discount code, which is always beneficial to use. So here are all the key rings that came out of the moulds from A to Z, with a spare one as well. Some of them I really love, some of them not so much, but they all came out of the mould without any trouble whatsoever, and the colours are really vibrant. I would like to say thank you to Let'sResin for sponsoring this video, but I would also like to say that all the opinions in this video are mine. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I've hoped it's entertained you in some way, even with my mishaps. Come back and see me next week, because you never know what I'm going to be up to. I never know what I'm going to be up to. Have a great week. Happy crafting, and bye for now.